Hi, I'm John Arnott. Welcome to Business Mastery. In today's video, we're going to talk about your presence online. Your digital presence is every bit as important as the storefront you might have if you were a brick and mortar. And your digital presence represents three things. First, it's your website. Second, it's your reviews. And third, it's your social media presence. Now, your website is your home online, but your website has a purpose. Its single purpose is to answer the questions that your prospective customer, client, or patient might have and engage them in such a way that they will either pick up the phone and call or fill out a form. Your website's sole purpose is to convert that interested party to raise their hand and say, I want to know more. And to do that effectively, your website presence has to follow 5 rules. The first rule is that it needs to start with a hero image at the top. Today, you see websites with a big image at the top, and we call that a hero image. But that has a purpose, and its purpose is based in psychology. See, today when people go to websites, they arrive, if they don't see what they want, they immediately bounce. And that's just the nature of how browsers are today. The hero image is intended to engage that visitor subconsciously just long enough to get them to read your copy on the homepage. And the way this is accomplished is by having an image of your ideal prospective customer, client, or patient. When somebody visits your site and sees that image, they should see themselves looking back and pause. The second thing beyond a hero image is you need to have an easy to understand way for the visitor to engage with your brand. We like to call this a 3-step plan. The way it works is below the hero image, have 3 boxes, 3 circles, 3 different points that are incremental that make it really easy for the visitor to understand how to get started. Whether you have something simple you sell or something much more complicated, it needs to be crystallized into a series of steps. The first step usually involves some sort of contact. It might be fill out this online form. It might be give us a call and see if you're qualified. It might be go through this online wizard to see if you're a great fit. It's something to get them to take the initial step. And it can be as simple as picking up the phone and call, or as complicated as some sort of online form. The second step in the 3-step plan is to tell them what they should expect after they do the first step. So if the first step is to pick up the phone and call, the second step is, what do you want them to do? For example, say the first step is call and schedule your free consultation. Well, then the second step in the plan will be, what is going to happen in the consultation? Well, maybe we are going to craft a custom strategy just for you. Now, the third part in the 3-step plan typically speaks to the outcome or the results. If it's a simple service that you provide, then that might be the actual result of your service. But if it's much more complicated than that, the third step might be forward-looking into the next step. For example, a 3-step plan might be, first step, call for a free consultation. Second step, determine if you are a great candidate for this type of service. Third step, run your business as if it would never fail. Third step is taking them into some sort of forward-looking place. And that's the 3-step plan. The third thing your website homepage must have, you must have fresh content. Now, that content can come in the form of blog posts. It can be videos. That content can be infographics. It's something that is changing on a regular enough basis that your visitor can see that you are a thought leader and that you are actively engaging in your craft online. The fourth thing that you must have are testimonials. Testimonials are proof, social proof, that people just like your visitor have achieved the results your visitor hopes to get. And this doesn't have to be difficult. You can have 3 testimonials on your website that speak to that visitor in such a way that they realize within themselves, oh, this isn't so risky. I'm willing to do it. And finally, the 5th piece on your 3-step plan is marketing automation. You have a place for them to give you their information, whether it's an opt-in for some sort of download, whether it's scheduling a consultation. It's some place that they can give you their information. And the reason for that is quite simple. Oftentimes that first encounter is an information qualified lead that needs to go through a funnel to be a sales qualified lead. And we'll talk on another video about information qualified leads, marketing qualified leads, and sales qualified leads. But suffice it to say, your homepage has to have a simple way for somebody to give you their information so that they're not quite ready to work with you right now. At least you can keep your brand in front of them until the point when they are ready. Now that is the first part of the presence. That's your digital presence, that's your website, and that's the structure that you would give to the homepage. The second part of your presence are reviews. Now, depending on your industry, that could be Google My Business, that could be Health Grades, that could be Yelp. There are many, many review sites out there. But what you want to do is actively pursue quality reviews about your service. If you don't already have a Google My Business account and you do have a physical address, it's critical that you do that right now. And encourage people to give you reviews through Google and build out that presence in Google with all those reviews. People look at those. They get a little nervous when there aren't very many of those reviews. And finally, the third component of your presence is social. Depending on your industry, this could be a very active social presence where you're doing lots of work, or it could be a more passive social presence where you're simply posting content on a regular basis. But the key is that you have to show socially that you are an effective brand and that you are a visible brand. For some businesses, social is the heart of the business and that's where they drive traffic. For other businesses, it's more common that social media is more of a checkbox. So that if somebody does go online and goes into Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or any of the social channels that are appropriate for your brand, that they'll see that you are a thought leader and that you are effectively posting socially. So that's it. Your effective presence is broken down to 3 components. It's your website, which must follow a certain set of rules on how it's structured. It's your reviews and where they're placed. And it's your social media. And these all work together to be your effective digital presence. We'll cover some more details on each of these in future videos. Please comment below if you have any questions. Subscribe and ring the bell. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.